So Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have punched their ticket to Super Bowl 55. Okay, they defeated the Green Bay Packers 31-26 in the NFC Championship game on the road. Look, I'm not totally surprised. I told people back in September that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs are going to meet in the Super Bowl. And what do you know? Several months later, I was right, but apparently I don't know anything about football, but that's whatever. That's not here nor there. That's not the point. Look, Tom Brady, what he's doing is just incredible. Obviously, he has a great team around him. Shaq Barrett, JPP, Vita Vea, Levante David, Devin White. Those are Pro Bowl and star-level players on that defense. Obviously, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are unbelievable targets at wide receiver. But man, a lot of those guys were there last year. But what do you know? The 43-year-old Tom Brady chooses to leave Bill Belichick and take on the challenge of being the starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, comes in, immediately changes the culture in year number 1, and now Tom Brady is playing in his 10th Super Bowl. 10 Super Bowl appearances for Tom Brady. Okay, he's by far and away the greatest quarterback of all time. To put in context how great of an achievement this is for Tom Brady, getting to 10 Super Bowls, there's only one NFL franchise out there that has more Super Bowl appearances than Tom Brady. I'm not talking about players. I'm not talking about coaches. I'm talking about NFL franchises, people. NFL franchises. The New England Patriots. They're the only franchise that has more appearances in the Super Bowl than Tom Brady. Tom Brady's been to 10. The Patriots have been to 11. And a big reason why the Patriots have 11 Super Bowl appearances is because Tom Brady was able to get there as the starting quarterback in New England 9 times. Who would have thought that a 6th-round pick out of Michigan would go on to win 6 Super Bowls and have a chance to win a 7th in his 10th Super Bowl appearance at the age of 43 years old? Tom Brady is pretty much proving you don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the fastest. You don't have to have the biggest arm. Just have good people skills, have great leadership, and work your tail off. Pay attention to detail. You will have a chance to have some success. What Tom Brady has done, like I said, is just amazing. What does Tom Brady do his first season in Tampa Bay? Goes on the road as a wild card team, beats Washington in the playoffs, goes on the road, beats Drew Brees in the Superdome, goes on the road, beats Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau Field, all in the process of being the first wild card team to make a Super Bowl in the last decade. He did it with a whole new team, no preseason games during a pandemic, no OTAs, whole new scenery, leaving New England, and his first season in Tampa Bay, he gets them to a Super Bowl, man. And say what you want about Bill Belichick. I love Bill Belichick. I'm a fan of what he brings to the table. He's definitely an elite head coach and arguably the greatest head coach of all time. And look, I still to this day think that Bill Belichick is responsible for the New England Patriots dynasty. We got to call it a spade, people. Tom Brady has done pretty well without Bill Belichick. So all you people saying, oh, Tom Brady's a system quarterback, that's thrown out the window. I was never one of those people that said Tom Brady is just far and away this system quarterback that can only work in a Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels offense. I never was one of those people. I'm just one of those people that likes to give Bill Belichick a little bit more credit than some people out there are willing to, just because I think great coaching in the playoffs matter. I've seen a ton of great quarterbacks get to a Super Bowl and lose because they don't have great coaching and they don't have a great defense, etc., etc. That's kind of why I give the edge to Bill Belichick as far as who's more responsible for the Patriots dynasty. But I can also recognize that Tom Brady, he's unbelievable, man. And what he's doing is unprecedented, man. He's by far and away the greatest quarterback of all time. He has more rings and better numbers than Joe Montana. Peyton Manning was barely above 500 in the playoffs. He's more accomplished and has better numbers than John Elway. and Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees aren't quite accomplished enough in big games to be considered the greatest quarterback of all time, despite having won a Super Bowl. You know, Aaron Rodgers has a Super Bowl, Drew Brees has a Super Bowl. But yeah, man, I mean, Tom Brady, you know, I can't speak highly enough about him, you know, and what he's been able to accomplish in New England. It's very clear that he has a very good team around him, but that team was 7-9 the year before Tom Brady got there. Tom Brady came in, immediately changed that culture, and Tom Brady has flown past the conversation of greatest quarterback of all time. If you don't think Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, then you just are wrong. You're flat out wrong, and that should not be up for debate, okay? Tom Brady is now in a space where he needs to be considered for being arguably the greatest athlete of all time. It seems like destiny might be on Tom Brady's side. I think Tampa Bay has a really, really good shot to knock out Kansas City in the Super Bowl. But yeah, you got to give Tom Brady all the credit in the world. He came into Lambeau Field, beat Aaron Rodgers, and he silenced all of his doubters pretty much, you know, up to this point. Even if Tom Brady loses in the Super Bowl, it's going to be hard for people to pick holes in his legacy, you know. People can say, oh, well, he's a product of Bill Belichick. He's a system quarterback. He was washed. He wasn't going to work in Tampa Bay. He doesn't fit Bruce Arians' offense. All those things have been put to rest and put to bed because Tom Brady, he's the ultimate leader. He's the ultimate competitor, and he's now playing in his 10th Super Bowl. He deserves all the credit in the world, despite always having a lot of support around him, no doubt about it. But yeah, shout out to Tom Brady. He definitely, you know, deserves a lot of praise today. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.